Quick shout out to my Patreons who keep this channel going. You can join my Patreon down in the description below. Once again, welcome back to the channel. Today we're interacting to the 20th episode of Higurashi When They Cry New/Go. This one is titled Village Destroying Chapter Part 3. We're still on this arc story. I assume we get Part 4 next week as well. And then we would get, in theory, from that, either we're going to continue on and have a full 7-part arc, or we're going to have a 3-episode arc after the 4 of this one, or we're going to go into a 4 after. Who knows? We're very close to the end, though. We have 4 more episodes after this one, and the Higurashi journey will then be over. So yeah, where we left off last time, we've made it to St. Lucia. Both Rika and Satoko had managed to get in. I had a feeling maybe they try and deny Satoko entry, but it actually makes more sense to have her in, because that initial despair would be crushing to her, but I don't think it'll be as impactful as being able to get there and then realizing the change over time, that Rika is spending less and less time with you, you're dropping in studies, things are getting a bit dire, you might lose access to Rika altogether if you get dropped to special class. It's like, okay, that is invoking a lot more despair and letting it build up and up and up, which is going to facilitate however we become a looper. Like, I don't even know how that's going to work. I'm very much going to be surprised as to how they explain that, if they're going to explain that. It's like, here's the thing, they might leave it somewhat ambiguous so they can keep making more Higurashi. Like, that's entirely possible. It might not even be something that's answered in all the Higurashi universe. Who knows at this point? I don't actually want to know if it has been answered, so don't tell me, because, well, that's no fun, is it? It's like, if you just get told things about the world, it's like, well, what was the point of watching and picking up clues and all that stuff, you know? And a reminder, I haven't seen the originals, so this is my first foray into Higurashi. I want to have my opinions now, and then I want to go back and watch the originals, which we'll be doing next season, or pretty much straight after this one ends, we'll be going back to the originals. Then I want to see how my opinion changes over time, watching the original series and the sequels and such, and then seeing where we end up. Whether I end up doing any visual novel stuff, I don't know. It's highly unlikely, just because that would take up a lot of time, and I don't have that much time to dedicate to it. So animes I can actually do and pace myself with. Anything else I kind of would struggle with. So, you know, that's how it is. But yeah, we're starting to see where Satoko is starting to break down a little bit, and I'm curious to see how that breakdown is going to be portrayed, and when the moment clicks that she now becomes a looper. Because at this moment in time, I'm assuming she has no idea that she could be a looper. I'm assuming. Because this is, as far as I'm aware, this is the interim moment between the end of the original series and the beginning of this series that we got back in episode 1. That's what I understand this timeline to be. Once we dealt with, apparently, Takano, who was the main antagonist, I guess. I guess she can be classified as that. I don't know. Still, we'll find out in the originals what was actually going on there, because they have mentioned it in this one, but they very much glossed over it quickly, just so that new viewers had an understanding of what was going on, and the older viewers were reminded what was going on. I feel like that was the purpose of it. So we'll go back and see the originals, what the actual details of that entire arc was. But yeah, we're in the interim between that, the ending of that, and going to St. Lucia, and then getting pulled back in after some time, which seems to be Satoko's doing, or at least Satoko triggered it unknowingly and became part of it, or is... No, I think she wants Rika to stay, because we've had this whole conversation about change and how, yeah, why did you go to hate Hinamizawa? You should stay. It's always great. You can stay here. We can live our life together. It's like, Satoko just wants Rika there. And I think that's very much evidenced by the way, especially the way Satoko was when she was crazy at the end of one of those arcs. Which, yeah, you could tell that she was different from the rest in terms of that. But anyway, we're going to load the episode up here. I'm not going to talk too much because I kind of want to just get into the episode, and then we'll discuss afterwards if there's a lot to discuss. Who knows if there is going to be a lot to discuss? It might be a slow episode, it might be a fast-paced episode, who knows? As per usual, though, these are time-based form actions here on YouTube. If you want to see full picture-in-picture, you can go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all picture actions I do, which is everything from this and future seasons. This show is fully backdated all the way to when we first started it, so you can watch the entire Higurashi series on Patreon. Certain other backdated shows will be on there, like Jujutsu Kaisen, Moriarty the Patriot. More will be added as time goes on. I want to bring back shows like Madoka Side Story, Id Invaded, Bofuri, especially since a couple of those are getting sequels. Id Invaded I just want back because it was such a good series. But I'll be bringing some of those back when I can. But here on YouTube, we do time-based format. So bottom left of the screen, you'll see the time of the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. Then I'll play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we'll be in sync. Watch this one on Funimation, since that's who licensed it this season. We have the Kadokawa logo, then the Funimation logo, so about 10 seconds or so of logos, give or take. You can use screen flash on my face or the mic to tell when the scene's transitioning as well to help you sync up. So, with all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Kadokawa and Funimation. Cheers. Here we go. June 87. Very much established herself as one of the popular girls. Satoko. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. 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 You can see how, yeah, Rika's kind of changed. Who is now behind you? No. Hmm. We're getting OP. We're just getting OP over the actual episode. Okay. Hmm. 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 That's not the only reason. Um. I think Rika's underestimating the effect this is having on Satoko, really. I think she's underestimating how much of an impact that has. Now we cut back to the OP. I don't know why, but Sneaking out. Where are we sneaking out to? Aha, sure. I don't know. I think that's going to end up driving her away a bit more. Because she'd have to make a choice between St. Lucia or you, and I don't know if she's going to choose you over that. So what did she do with the chandelier? She obviously did something. There she is. Oh boy. Pots and pans. Yep. 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 Oh boy. Yep, just driving her further and further away. I mean, that's quite a height for something like that to fall down. Like, yeah, that's gonna damn hurt. Is she gonna turn Satoko in? The friend's going to. They can ask why she defended. One of them knows. Gonna tell behind the back. Yeah. Then go behind Rika's back to say it. This isn't gonna end well. This isn't gonna go well. Love the weather transition. Okay, the school has a prison. Of course it does. I mean... Is she going to assume that was Rika? She's going to assume Rika... Oh, it's just an endless loop. Oh, no. Oh, well, that'll do it as well. Security cameras. But she's going to believe it was Rika. How many cells do they have? Like, Jesus. I have at least 12 cells down here. Christ. Why does the school have prison cells under it? Unless this school was built over an old prison site? I don't know. Because you want to be with... You want to be with Rika above all else. Let me do it all over. That wish might be granted to you. But Rika has to die to go back, right? In theory. I wonder. Time passes. Satoko left alone in that cell is going to drive her absolutely insane. I suppose, no, if Satoko became a looper, Rika wouldn't have to die, it'd be Satoko have to die, right? Or either or? I wonder. I'm so concerned. Because we've not seen a single scene of Rika concerned about Satoko's well-being so far, and her absence, really. Nope, changing of seasons. Second year already, Jesus. Hmm. Uh-huh. Another year going past? Again, no sign of concern from Rika. Hmm. Who's this from? Leon? Huh? What's this out of the blue? Founders reunion? Okay. Ugh. Hmm. Don't phrase it like that, because I think that's going to be taken literally. Hello again. I'm surprised they allowed Satoko off campus, but sure. More than you'd know. Hmm. Well, Satoko might argue with that. Oh, nice. Hmm. Yep, I'm sure. That was a bit extra. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Haven't heard that in a while. Keiichi, he looks like a douche. I'm sorry, he looks like a douche wearing it like that. I don't know. Uh, I mean, it hasn't changed a bit. Why Keiichi? Uh, back in the old school. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Back in our element. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. I mean, you can make it do a little more than that, right? Okay. What? Uh, Gotta sneak it in somewhere. Okay. God damn it right now. So extra as well for this. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, Chi finally loses. What's he gonna pull? Because the music stopped. Hmm. Jesus. Uh, I mean, makes a run for it. Nice. Oh boy. Uh, oh, we don't get to see it. Sexism. You know there's fan art of this, right? Someone's doing a fan art of that right this second. Right, it sounds a little different. like especially that last bit she said, it sounded like she had grown up a lot from how we'd known her. I don't know, just something about it was kind of different. Hmm. Yep. Okay. Rika can tell something's a bit off, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. There's not much time left in the episode, so. Oh, she's struggling to keep that smile up. If we end up back in front of that shed, I swear. Oh, they're demolishing it. Forest Service, okay. That won't be much for him as our around left for you once. Oh boy. Up to the shrine. Ah. Hmm. Whole village is changing, crumbling around you. ED music coming in. Why is it open? Why is it open? I don't like that it's open. Oh boy. Oh boy. Everything's empty out of it though. It's just Oyashiro there. What? Oh. Is Satoko now going to be here? Now she's here. Well, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Well. They suddenly piled it on at the end there, didn't they? Jesus. Okay. 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 Right. Okay. So, is that thingy? That's not adult Hanyu, is it? I don't think so. I don't think that's meant to be adult. That's not meant to be Hanyu, right? Hanyu was specifically for Rika. So who the fuck this is? Not a clue. Not an absolute clue on who the hell that could possibly be. What was that last line though? It's been far too long since our last meeting. child of man. It's been far too long since our last meeting? Is this... No. I have no idea. I couldn't even begin to guess. I don't know if those of you who are watching this after watching everything else have any more of an idea than me, but God, if I don't have the faintest clue what the hell is going on. And I love it. Never before have I felt like my ignorance has been so enjoyable. It's a fun way to describe this entire series, actually. Okay, so yeah, things are accelerating. We'll have part 4 next time. So this is Satoko's introduction to the whole looping thing, I guess. I did wonder how it was going to start. They've returned to Hinamizawa. Don't know what that horn was all about. Well, no, I guess the horn kind of works because they mentioned like the demon thing before, right? Right? I don't know if there was anything specifically that depicted the horn at any point through any of this, but they've definitely mentioned the whole demon angle of it before. So it's entirely possible that maybe that has some truth in it, and that's meant to be a demon or devil horn. It is somewhat similar to Hanyu's horn, right? I don't know if that's implied that it's meant to be one of those horns, but it's very similar in color anyway. I don't know if that similarity is meant to be implied or if that's just coincidence, but... yeah. Curious where they're going to go with this, but at least we can kind of see where she's going with it. Now, who the hell this character is will be important, probably, and why they brought Satoko in here. Because Satoko was very much summoned to this point with that noise. So it's not like Satoko just stumbled upon it by accident. I mean, she kind of did by coming back up here in Hinamizawa. I knew they were going back to that shed. Just knew it. But I wonder why they'd bring her back here. They've got 4 episodes to give us a purpose as to what's going on here. I'm sure they'll do something good here. I hope they don't leave it somewhat ambiguous so that they can get another season out of this. I really hope they don't, but I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what they end up doing, but yeah, this is something, that's for sure. I don't even know where to begin on theories and stuff. I don't think it's an adult Hanyu, because, like, the horns are different. If it was adult Hanyu, surely the black horns would be much bigger, right? Because Hanyu's horns were black and came down like this, right? Let me just double check her picture again, because I'm fairly certain that's what her horns look like. Yeah, they came out the side and went down like this, whereas the character we just met has horns that are coming way more out sideways and are completely white. So I don't think it's Hanyu, or an adult form of Hanyu. It's someone similar in role to Hanyu, maybe. Whatever that role actually was, I don't know. I don't know if the original series covered who she was and what her importance to Rika was, because obviously very much important to Rika, as evidenced by the episode 2 scene, which, again, the episode 2 scene sparked a lot of the information on where I'm referencing for past seasons, because they really dumped like a 4-minute scene, or 3-minute scene maybe, of like, yeah, here's something important, and the sign that, yes, this actually is more of a sequel than a complete remake, in a way. It's a continuation of the story, in a way that is still viewable for new watchers, because I am a new watcher, but I'm still keeping up with this, I believe. Unless there's something glaringly obvious I'm missing by not having seen the originals, I'm still just about keeping up. Because when they've needed to reference the originals, they've done it very quickly and with minimal... I say minimal spoilers, they kind of... I guess they've spoiled the main ending technically, because we saw how it ended and how we got to this point, but still, that's going to be long gone in my memory, because it's going to take me months and months to get through the original series as well. So by the time I get to it, I'll be like, oh right, yeah, this was in GOU, and then go from there. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't think that's Hanyu. I don't think the eye color is way more vibrant. Like, Hanyu seems to be like a darker purple. Whereas these are like more of a bright pink. The hair, not the same color, completely different cuts. Outfit is, again, way more vibrant. So I don't think this is Hanyu. I don't think so. I guess we'll see, though. I'm very hesitant to look at any discussions on this show just because of people who will potentially have spoilers and stuff. But yeah, why does St. Lucia have a prison? Why does it have a prison? Like, I get the... Well, I don't get it. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I get it. I don't. Why would you have a prison under a school? Like, that's just creepy as fuck. No idea. Absolutely no idea. But hey, there's a prison under the school. Why not? And it served to give Satoko some isolation and time, and another misunderstanding for her to assume Rika is not caring about her, which... The way this show has shown it, and the fact that we skipped so much time, like almost 2 years of time skip, for Satoko to have this misunderstanding of Rika turning her in just fester, and with not much visible sign that Rika cared about Satoko, because we weren't shown anything, we are assuming that Rika really didn't care about Satoko suddenly disappearing for 3 days, or just thinking, well, that's a consequence of her actions. But it's possible Rika was thinking that, since one of her friends had been hurt by Satoko in that really poorly thought out prank. Like, you didn't think hanging some, like... I mean, I assume they were metals, considering the clanging noises they made. You don't think hanging something metal up there and just plummeting from... Because that was a high chandelier. Firstly, how the fuck did she get up to that chandelier? Hang on. Can I go back to the chandelier real quick? Not on Funimation, I can't, because my god, it sucks to scroll through that player. Let's go back onto this one and see if we can find the chandelier here. Where is that chandelier? Where is it? Yeah, that chandelier is pretty damn high up. Like, because this is a very posh building, so it has a very high ceiling. How she got up there to place any of that, I don't know. Because it's not like there's any balconies or anything. Was she just lobbing them up there and hoping they stuck? Did she find a mechanism for... I assume there must be a way to lower the chandelier if ever you need to do anything. Right? I assume there must be a mechanism in place to lower the chandelier, or there might be a ladder. I don't know where she'd get a ladder from. I don't know how the hell she got them up there. Not a clue. So, I guess that's just one of those things like, oh yeah, she managed to get those, quite a large amount of them. Where did she even get them from? Did she go to the kitchens? Could she just walk into the kitchens and take all that stuff? Like, where'd she get them from? I'm questioning too much stuff now, alright? If you're going to make a show where questioning everything is part of it, don't make me question some of the things that you do to make me question the things. So dumb. Anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. This series, man, it's something, and next week is going to be something even more. Also, I just noticed, actually, before we wrap up, right at the end here, right at the end of the show, literally just the second before we finish the episode and it cuts away to next time on, when you were seeing this mysterious character that could be Hanyu, could not be. What the hell is that thing to her right? That disc thing to her right? Like a... What is that? Because that's quite clearly not any of these sparkled, like, gemstones or whatever that are floating around. It's something that's visibly drawn in. Is that her staff, I think, right? I'm going to assume that's just... Yeah, I think it is. It's just part of her staff. Okay. I was wondering why it was just floating randomly there. But I think it's just part of the staff that she's holding. But I guess we'll find out, right? Bizarre. Anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Leave a like and a comment as well if you enjoyed it. Helps with the engagement. Be mindful, I am very careful with reading comments on this series just because I don't want to have anything necessarily spoiled, and I know it can be very easy to spoil certain things when you forget, like, oh, this wasn't actually mentioned here, it was mentioned somewhere else, especially with a big thing like Higurashi where you've got multiple series and visual novels and everything else to reference, that I'm like cautious to know any more than what I've visibly seen. Unless there's something I've visibly seen happened in the series that you can point to, then obviously that's fine, but I'm just cautious about that with this series. So I don't want to be spoiled on this, because this is a really, really interesting journey that I kind of want to enjoy as spoiler-free and as I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but I just want everything I see to be the first time I see it or even hear about it, really. Which I know is weird since we're going back to the originals, but you get my point. So yeah, don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Winter 2021 season you find on my channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.